Our family was born in 𝗠𝗠𝗦, no? But it's not in the town proper. It's 2-3 kilometers away. My father then was a tenant, a rice tenant. Both my parents did not finish high school. They were farmers. We all started as farmers. And then my father was offered a job by Holy Spirit of 𝘍𝘍𝗏𝘏. He was offered a janitorial job. We did not move in 𝘍𝘍𝗏𝘏 right away. He initially had to come home every weekend, taking a long walk from 𝘠𝗏𝘏𝗧𝗨𝘏. At that time, there was no bridge. I remember that. There was a big river nung araw, hindi pa silted yun. Eventually, he uprooted us from that barrio to a place in 𝘍𝘍𝗏. While there, I entered 𝗖𝗿𝗲𝗺. At that time, it was still the St. William, so wala pa yung K building noon eh. So, in exchange for that enrollment, nagsakristan boy ako sa But that was quite shocking kasi nung nasa various school sa 𝗠𝗠𝗦, Ilocano yung mode of instruction. No? Pagdating ko sa 𝗖𝗿𝗺, English yung wala akong alam na single word na English. Kasi yung mga, the school was still run by missionaries, mga German missionary ang principal at the time. And they had all these Western books. So it was a struggle in a grade 3, doon ako grade 3 sa so talagang kulelat ako sa dahil, by the time na I reached grade 6, I did not have honors. Miraculously, when I was already first year high school, maganda na yung standing ko sa class. But something happened in the family. Broke up that eventually led us to go back to 𝗠𝗠𝗦, in the same barrio. Then I had to go to a school sa bayan, so almost an everyday kind of walk from the barrio to the town proper. From 𝗖𝗿𝗺𝗺 level of education, punta sa talaga parang masyado naman yata namadalian yung of course I was the star in the class kasi parang galing ako sa 𝗖𝗿𝗺 and then punta ka sana. So in short, I ended up graduate kahit kulang ng I only had 2 years, but I still was the valedictorian in the class.
So nakit may isang estudyante edi sir nga daydayawak ta nadayaw nalaing when napakumbaba sa isuna nakadisiplina edi sir no edi nakaraduaron idayaw unay king kuana ura inututi ayan na basta makita nakit may magatima mo kuna nakangato ti saad na edi ni.
My parents obviously would not be able to send me to college. And I recall that maraming workers sa atin, dun sa barrio namin noon, would have to go to Claveria for us, yung mga temporary harvesters, migrant workers. And I would join them. 2 summers napunta ako ganun. Ang dami kong dala pag from Cagayan. After that, you imagine a jeepload of rice na share mo from the harvest. I would sell half of that and bring home the other half.
Idi babasi da payla da bubut. Kalkalabayin na datay lakay ko mapanda agalati ikan. Tuno ado maala da makaayaya da. Intan uncle tapno ada balon mi kunada.
This was a karayan before. Akali hampengan na semento deto idi. Kali pa lang detoy. Deti ti paglablabaan kang pagdigdigosan da idi. Idi babatit kami. Kas lang nobody expect it. Kasi nung kitantay ti life na, iti manipod pinagubing na, adaking kuana iti rigat ti biyag. Ngayon iso deto iti nangiduron king kuana to become an economist.
Ay, aming nga namnamaan nga kasjay iso nga proud at kanya na.
Luckily, MMSU was a new university. No? And one of its thrust was to attract the best students in MMSU. So they had this scholarship program, very attractive scholarship program that allowed them to recruit valedictorians, salutatorians from all over the country, offered them very attractive scholarship. No? Yung stipend namin noon, ang taas kasi it could also support my siblings. Ano pa, di kinuha ko na agad. Di ko na naman alam na agriculture. Of course, when I was in Cagayan and in having experienced the difficulty of agriculture, I thought that I would study agriculture. So that when this offer came in, it was a quick decision. That's how I ended up in Batak. Mariano Marcos Memorial College of Science and Technology at the time. And the president at that time was Tomas Mangasep. And he knew my situation. He knew how hard it was for me. I had to work on weekends as student laborer. No? Dun sa mga tobacco, sa mga research stations, I had to keep myself busy. I became an active member of the student organ, the newspaper. We call them the barn. I started there as a feature writer, and then eventually I became the editor. Arsenio Gallego was editor also at the time. Then when his time was over, I succeeded him.
Adu dagiti insusurat ng poems, adu dagiti insusurat ng news articles, ichay school paper. We had a paper then called The Barn. He was part of that. At dapat style na iti nga baliktada na DJ nagan ng Arsenio, DJ iti byline nga ipan na. Isu ti maysa nga gameng kin produkto iti Mariano Marcos State University nga mangitagtag ay itinagan ti MMSU.
Alam mo, ang support lang namin kay tatay noon na siya janitor. Pupunta siya every week, may 20 pesos bawat isa sa amin na ibibigay na allowance. And then dadagdag na lang namin yung nakukuha namin na scholarship allowance namin. Sa MMSU noon, meron silang tinatawag na student labor na pwede kang pumasok ng Saturday, Sunday, mag-harvest ka ng kahit na anong ipapatrabaho sa'yo sa farm ng MMSU or kahit na anong trabaho tapos may konting sahod. Ang pag-aaral niya sa gabi, matutulog na ako, siya gising pa. Pagkagising ko ng umaga, gising pa din siya. Ganon siya talaga kaseryoso sa kanyang pag-aaral. Matapos siya ng college, umalis siya for work na. Ako naman yung nag-inherit doon sa kwarto niya. Pero ang hindi ko na-inherit, yung katalinuhan niya.
There was a change in the presidency. Tomas Mangasep was out, Blanco was in, and he was changing a lot, doing a lot of things, including closing our student organ. She also stopped for some time our scholarship, and that really put me into a bind kasi difficult situation. Dahil yan lang ang source ko. Pagkatapos, I do not know what she was after at that time. And at some point, we were demonstrating against her policies. So, muntik akong hindi natapos. Recalling what she did, I think that it made me tougher, stronger. You know, so many people I owe during that transition because I had nothing to run to. I had hangan and I had to share food with with baon ng mga kadormate ko. Wala. I had built good relationships with faculty members. MMSU, it became, of course, a family.
No mapangkam di eskwela nagkukuyog kami lata kunamla no asino kami nga nakaigam ti pocketbook ti gigam na no ko kat dayjay libro ni Dale Carnegie nga How to Win Friends and Influence People. We set aside 15 minutes a day for a powerful intelligence. The example, if we would like to increase our English vocabulary, we take a new word. Isurat mi dayjay word, dyan bangir na, dayjay pronunciation ken definition na. Mapaming i-review ti kada bi kadayjay aging gana nga masursuro mi dayjay nga word before we move on to another word.
Manipod college days, gaputahan ka pa'y unagam mo, ti damo na, hanunay nga monuni ni Dr. Arsenio Balisacan. Medyo na-develop nito pinagkakaduami from school to boarding house to pinagkagayem, agkukuyog ka talaga. From academic to leadership, ng rugi nga nabuo ito MMSU. From our student days until now, napas na kisuna, nakafocus tayo academ, tayo ko na soft-spoken, seldom talk, very humble, ngemti makita may very strong personality. Napintas nga pagsarmingan tibiyag ti may isang estudyante.
You know, I was a very young kid, but I had to carry 50 kilos at a very young kid. It's so thin, and at that point, things were already playing in my head that I wanted to be a scientist. I wanted to address the problems faced by farmers because you see how hard they are. The earnings and what they get is just enough for them. That's not the kind of life. Kaya nung I was already finishing sa MMSU, it was very clear what I wanted to do. My views of the world were really formed, crystallized. It was there where my aspirations and dreams were built. Especially, I was blessed with having the right people, right professors. Yung mga professors ko din, many of them were graduates of UP. Si Nick Briones was from UP Los Baños, Ernesto Cadiz. I understand that he passed away. It was too late already when I learned about it because he was more like a father to me. He read what I was going through. So he was kind of, he provided all kinds of support. I owe him a lot. My chemistry professor, si 𝗔𝗏𝘓 he was one of my favorite because pasungit. Ako yung favorite. Binabagsak niya ng almost 2/3 of the class. Ako pasado.
He was always prepared to ask questions pertinent to the subject matter, always ready to answer difficult questions during discussions. Many students were avoiding my class, but he did not go away. He stayed in my class. Dr. Balisacan, as your former professor, I am proud of what you have become.
To be honest to myself, I did not ask for any position. When I was professor, I had many consultancies, and I was publishing a lot. So I have books, I have articles, and it's coming out. I've been invited to present my papers in conferences. I acquired that reputation, and he had heard about it.
Walang halong politika, trabaho lang. Ito ang pananaw ni incoming National Economic and Development Authority Chief Arsenio Balisacan.
President Estrada as well. I was Undersecretary of the Department of Agriculture when he was president. I worked with President Gloria Arroyo, and of course with Pinoy it was the highest level. But so I really don't put any politics at all into my work. I never met Pinoy. The first time I met him personally was when he asked me to see him in his office. But I had heard of what I was so passionate about. And one thing that I was so passionate about was I used my economics to understand poverty. So when I told my family about joining government, I said, no, don't go.
Hindi pwede na sa mga ginagawa nila. He really aims for excellence. But 𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏 is competitive in the sense that he really wants to meet a high level of performance. Hindi lumulusot ang mga maliliit na bagay sa kanya.
You have to be honest to yourself. If you are not so committed to what you do, you suffer. and the organization suffers too. It would not be useful to President Aquino or to President Marcos if I would behave like a politician, because they brought me in precisely for my understanding of what I do best. It's economics. No? If I mix that up with politics, then I don't think I will be able to give a good advice, informed decision. You know? When you see me working hard, that's what makes me happy. You know, I love what I am doing.